This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
What's up, great people? Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. My name is Lily and we are talking about the great big ghosting question. So you love this person so much but they've ghosted you. And I'd like you to just start off with one of your chronicles. Have you ever been ghosted or have you ever ghosted someone?
Yeah, you know, when we ghost, we don't call it ghosting.
No.
We give it another reason.
Yes.
We don't call ourselves ghosts.
No.
But those who leave us are the ghosts.
Yes. We are innocent.
They
are the problem.
We have a reason.
Yes.
One of the things I practiced is to forget things that I don't like. Those seasons when you are hoping now we are going together. We are with this person, we are falling in love and there's all this vibe. And you know, ladies sometimes can give you niceness and courtesy and then you think it's love and romance. So you fall in love because there's this smiley, giggly, laughing. Only for her to tell you, I don't know how women say like this, I never saw you that way. I don't know how many ways they have to see. We have same eyes, but apparently ladies have a way they can see you, and another way they, you know, like that. And then they want you to get you are like that, you know. So, and when you bring that, when you talk like now you have been ascending, and you thought you are ascending together.
Crescendo.
You know, and you hit the high pitch. You realize you are alone. You know, just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So the contradiction of the ladies that they enjoy attention, good, vibrant communication with a non-threatening male who is not a potential lover, who will not make her make difficult decisions, who's not trying to take this anywhere.
Yeah, I love that. It's
you
so
know. Brothers are not capable of that. If there is chemistry, he wants more. And you just want the chemistry, just the chemistry. Just chew, don't swallow, just chew. Just a chewing. Okay, this is a chewing gum. Okay, just chew. So she wants to keep it there, and there's a build up on the side of the brother. So I've been those mini ghostings many times.
Yeah.
When I thought we are building somewhere, and for her to be surprised. When they start with brother, brother,
nice
and they try to chuck you out of it.
Yeah.
And they throw a few, you know, those painful compliments. You are a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, and when we discuss ghosting, I want you to be aware that many of us have experienced it. It's the place when you thought we are together, we are rhyming, we are ascending. There's all this chemistry and energy and vibration between us. When you have talked and realized you're both available, now your hopes also went up more, you know.
Yes.
Initially, it may have been just a crush. Only to realize they're single just like I am, you know. And so there are some obvious reasons people ghost you, and because they're on the surface, let's start with them. One is that you screwed the process. Sometimes the connection was sincere, but you got ahead of yourself as a guy and manipulated the situation and went all the way, and after that she feels guilty, conflicted, and she may be one of those girls who have a covenant with the ancestors that if somebody ever does things to fear God. So maybe you crossed a line and they're going away because now they can't trust you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you as the woman also can become too excited, offload too soon, and now he's not sure. Remember, outside here, the energy that follows intimacy is very different than the one inside marriage. The energy here is that of, now, am I still as good as you thought? There's a lot of self-doubt now and question, and you need to do a lot of validation, and the energy shifts from interaction and vibrancy to now, every time you meet, that's what is on the mind.
Yeah.
So you can't come from there to back interacting neutral. It's very difficult. You can't go back to building naturally. So sometimes it's because both of you or one of you screwed the process. There's no calculus around it. You bite your bullet. And that could have been a potential thing. You can destroy, you can handle the right person the wrong way and lose it. Whatever you mismanage, you lose. Everybody you're going to fall in love with, there will be sexual chemistry. So you must learn to say no, to control, to keep within the lines, to dance, okay, without falling. There's music.
Is that more responsibility on the woman than the man?
Both.
Okay.
But when women fall in love, they soften. So you can manipulate the situation in the meantime.
Yes.
You can hug her and she's soft. So in the current, you are in control. But overall, if you screw, because sometimes they also test you by not being too strict to see how far you usually go with women.
Yeah.
and do you think you're lucky? All sober men know a woman you're serious with, you don't go there. All sober men know.
Really?
A woman you want for the long term, that's not the direction I want to take. She won't trust you. You'll actually mixed up.
If you're a sober man watching, please put your hand up in the comments.
And anytime a man is taking you there quickly, he's not serious with you or he's not a serious citizen himself.
Okay.
There's no potential there. Stop wasting time. So don't waste. How come every time you talk, he's just referring to sex? Because either he sees you as a joker or he himself is a joker. This is comedy.
Oh no.
So,
yeah.
And a person who sees you long term, they feel attracted, but there's so much between you. And the place he puts you, if you come complaining, if you're not getting it from me, it means you're getting it from someone else. He realizes this is just another commoner, lay-by, and he leaves. He may also lay by as you go, but he changes. Okay.
Free snacks.
You know.
Yeah.
If you design
Why
yourself here, you realize that's how you take yourself.
Yeah.
And it's impossible for, if I sell this glass 200, nobody will buy it for 500.
Okay.
The price you sell yourself is what they will buy at. Your price tag is your decision, but once you decide it, it's now your destiny. That's what will happen to you.
Wow, 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 wow. That's powerful.
Yes.
Your price tag.
It's your decision.
But
once you decide it, it becomes your destiny.
Destiny. Wow.
If you're the kind of person that can be late just because you are boyfriend, because you are talking. He has seen many others like that, so he struggles to see how different you are. You are just only appeared to be different.
Yeah.
When it comes to physical, sexual attraction, the sexual intimacy is the ultimate. You have given your vulnerability, your all. You're more than that, of course. You have soul, you have a mind, you have a vision, you have. But when it comes to attraction between us, the thing that is a culmination. And sex is brewed. The more we wait, the more it brews. You know the way the whiskey, and there's one for several years.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good allegory.
And the older, the finer the money,
Yes.
and there's one they place the empty bottle on that table to scare revelers from coming to that table.
Oh.
So they may take one that cost several times your salary and place it there.
Yes.
And the bottle, it does not have anything. It's just to say that a booked table. But just to see that name, even when you are a little bit drunk, you know what that means. If you dare mess up anything here, you stand to be imprisoned. You know?
Yeah.
And they always have the law around, bouncers, police hanging around. They can really whisk you up. Is to say, the more you respect yourself and keep your whisk brewing for until the right time. So that the way you taste in bed is not determined by your carbs, determined by your self-respect, how much you brew yourself to the right time.
Right.
When a man is fantasizing that night when he can finally
Okay.
ascend to cloud 9 and the stars. It's so much in the mind and the energy between you.
Yeah.
And those who say it's not satisfying, it is boring. You started eating before it was ripe. No wonder it is tasteless. You should marinate. And you don't eat the cake when it's just 30 minutes. Supposed to bake for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It won't be tasty. You actually start throwing up. People are throwing up for eating cake while it was still.
Hey, come slowly. Come slowly. Hey.
You know?
Yeah.
If you don't have patience at all, you may Google marshmallow experiment. So marshmallow experiment was kids who are given a marshmallow, let's say 2 fruits. Inside, they were given a fruit very young kids, nursery school, very young, before they know a lot of things.
Yeah.
So a teacher gave them one apple each and told them, you can eat your apple anytime, but I'm going out. If I find that you have not eaten your apple, I'll add you another one.
Okay.
And the teacher did not specify how long they'll be away. And there were cameras, the kids didn't know. So the cameras were set and they observed the behavior. So some kids didn't see the point. At the point, let's eat. But those who decided to wait distracted themselves. They did not focus on the fruit. They looked away and they fidgeted. By the time the teacher came, there was still a number that still had their apple and added them. And then people made it a longitudinal study to see whether that's a predictor of future or anything.
Oh.
You know, a large percentage of kids who showed patience. We're not saying those who ate did not develop it later, but those who had patience and the concept of delayed gratification, that's what they were looking for. Whether you can control your gratification now for greater reward later. A large, overwhelming majority were successful in life. Weird.
Okay.
You wouldn't think a 5-year-old is showing any signs of all that.
Yeah.
So they studied 10 years like that. And by the time 30 years were gone, there was a clear demarcation.
Wow.
Of those kids who had a concept of delayed gratification.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a concept of delayed gratification, you screw up the process. The second reason people ghost you because they lost interest. You did not do anything wrong. They got attracted by what they saw, the same way you see a dress from far. Oh my God, it's so nice. Let me come close and look. So they came close and look and they didn't like what they see. You also do that every day. So don't take it personally.
Hey, don't take it personal.
So sometimes people just, you know, during the interaction, they got to see the inside of, you know, the other side of your life, family, journey of life, and even your age. Sometimes people just come in close, check how old are you. And you women confuse us. Two things we can't estimate: your size of clothes and your age.
Very true.
So boys are coming to you and they're only 27.
Yeah.
Excited, oh my God, this is my type.
And then I whip out my ID.
And you, because you can see he's mistaken, you burst his bubble early to reduce time for us so that we don't waste time.
Yeah.
Where you are working so hard, young man. You know, I see you're passionate. You become a mentor. And where are you coming from in life? What is your goal?
Have you finished your undergraduate degree?
I mean, how is people at home? How are you doing the internship? You start mentoring. I'm sorry, I'm not in that age group you're thinking. No, you know, I believe the love is all about you. They bring philosophy and they you watch them and they quote Aristotle and they quote Plato. You know, they have no experience. They can only quote philosophy. With all this, when I look at you, my imagination takes another level. You know, they quote. Okay, they quote Obama. Okay, just pause because they don't keep quiet. You are forced to interrupt the philosophy. You know, and then, you know, you calm them down. You give them hope that a time will come.
You will find someone.
You know. Yeah. So sometimes people are coming close to just get to know you, and because you also didn't know. Sometimes you don't know enough. People asking you out. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you see how they persisted. Okay, could I be saying no to a blessing? Let me see what this is.
Yeah.
Only to realize it's a heavy built 26-year-old. You know, and very passionate.
With very good English.
You know.
Yeah.
And promising future. You know, some of them are generally promising, but just promising. Okay? Potential. So you tell him, I see your potential.
I see your promise.
You know?
Yeah.
But please take time, just grow up.
Yeah.
If you meet a sly woman, they will start taking advantage of you now. I'm not that kind. I'm not that type. I don't take advantage of you. Look like a younger bro to me. You know. So because people come close and discover things about you that they had mistaken, they can genuinely lose interest. And we usually don't say we lost interest. We don't want to hurt other feelings because you had praised them. And if you're a brother, you wanted to win the tender, you had really oversold.
Yeah.
Campaigned too much. People had fallen in love with your vibe, you know.
Yeah.
The way you give them a good mood. Again, this world is dull and depressing. If you find a person who lifts your mood, it's a rare occurrence. Yes. You know, a person who just takes their time to make sure the queen.
Love it. Hey.
You know,
yes.
That's a rare thing. Yes. It's like a person taking the time to just see a song. You know, and I told brothers not to overkill. All right, especially when nowadays we're not dating people who are our neighbors. There's always a telecommunication. Nearly 90% of the time, we are not dating neighbors. We are dating people who are not in the same close. So there's a lot of telecommunication in the early stages.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And so that space, because I want to be felt, I want her to feel my presence.
Yes.
I can overdo.
Yes.
I learned that she has a graduation, and I sent a very conspicuous gift that surprises even the parents. Brothers, when sisters, ladies are graduating, they're still adolescents. Stop dating them. Stop introducing love. You may just end up winning a person before they knew who they were, and later on they realize this was not it. And the heartbreak when you are sincere and she was not mature, it's very painful. It's reverberating. That's a ripple effect. Ripples throughout life.
Yeah.
Sincere intentions and wrong timings produce the most raw pain.
Oh no.
People can ghost you, can stop talking, tone down because they take a look. Something is not adding up. They don't see the point to keep saying it, so don't pester them. Don't. So that means you'll be racing, hope dropping, racing, dropping. Somebody coming, going. You can get discouraged when you have too invested. So don't get too invested.
Yeah.
When the season of dating comes, don't sit in one place. That's only one buyer, one prospect in a blue moon is coming to you, because you end up investing. Your feelings are hungry for validation. So when the person comes in after the whole of 2023, this is the only guy who ever showed interest. Now he has gone. So your world is collapsing. Please. Please. When the season of dating comes, be there in the action. Okay. It's the skill you need to interact with, to be seen, to bring up the energy, you know. You ladies who are on the screens, your career demands you dress up.
Yes.
But many who are in IT, engineering,
accounting,
there is no pressure.
Yeah.
I was asking them to, so they're just there. So now they are hoping and just there. And you know, IT, they work from anywhere.
Yeah.
They're very notorious because they invented that space.
Yes.
I can work from anywhere.
It's called remote.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they don't dress up. IT is notoriously independent.
Yes.
They want the mind. They don't care how you. So they tend to put in anything.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg wearing a t-shirt explaining the new invention.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs, the predecessors, same thing, same jeans, same.
Yeah, all of them, jeans, t-shirts, sweatshirt.
So the IT world does not encourage the feminine glow.
Okay.
The dress up there. And even men, the rolling of one trouser, one leg, from secondary school and campus, and vest, and carrying a plate, and a belt on your shoulder, and a tie and a sweater. Why do men come from madness? You know, by the time you clean up that madness, time is gone. They normalize madness. Our blue slip and the red one. Honestly, brother, don't descend that low. By the time you clean yourself up, it will be too late. By the time you get to cologne and to be conscious about the smell of body odors, I doubt to neutralize them.
Yeah.
Until when you hug a sister, she holds her breath. That is not a good way to introduce yourself. It does not really increase your chances. And we say, when you meet for date, don't sit like this.
Okay.
Sit on the same side, so that you're facing the world the same way. This is too formal. This too formal looks at. So what are you looking for in a man?
I know.
That is too interrogative,
yes,
and nobody can answer it. It's combative. Yes, I'm just looking for a gentleman. So they would be dodgy because you don't want to give away your mark sheet.
Yeah.
Neither do you want. So what are you looking for in a lady? And do I look like it? No, we don't go that. That's not how it works. We talk. Just we see whether we gel.
Yeah.
You know, the vibe can't be forced. So. But most restaurants are not for romantics, for business. That's why they just put the most economical space table.
Yeah.
Space to leave for the waiter. So you have to go ahead as the guy. I always tell the guys, or the lady, you are the one who knows the locality.
Yeah.
Get a place that has a semblance of privacy. You don't want another person here, another person here. You hear it. You said I love you. You did not hear it. You say sorry.
Or if I didn't want to, I don't want you to repeat. I'm like, I don't know what he said. It looks like I love you, but I want him to repeat. 2 bars.
And we are, okay, so my name is, and you too. That's not a good date. Yeah, me too. I came from, I know where are you going. You cannot flow. That's why in those places where tea is some money, they're also selling you the environment.
Yeah.
So love needs money. So those people keep fantasizing. Is it all about money? Money is part of it. Are we together? Money answers everything. Together. The creator I decided before we came here. So money answers everything. It's not everything, but it is involved in everything.
We are together.
You can't marry money, but you need money to marry. Are we together?
Together.
So maybe they lost interest after discovering who you are. You are not there much. But the 3 other reasons that are personal are the ones I want you to be careful, because they can crush you. When you've been vibing, going on, thinking now, and brothers are prone to throwing that question. And I once threw the question, thinking, after all year of vibing and being invited, being given green light.
Yeah.
Come on, I like it. Oh, you're so sweet, thank you. That you feel massaged. You feel on top of the world. Now you have a mood, your self-esteem is improved for the day. Now you can dare anything. You can conquer. And then one day you time a wedding environment to pop the question in a romantic environment as a creative brother who knows how to time things. And then she's there wondering, we take a what to the which level? What? So when you ignore red flags, because she'd been saying she's still trying to get over the ex. When you ignore red flags, you end up with a whipping that is embarrassing. Yes. So one of the reasons people ghost you, many of them, we're saying ghost, disappearing without communication.
Yeah.
Not just turning you down, but when they can disappear. Sometimes because they want the joy, but they're not ready for the journey.
Oh.
The joy of our interaction, the vibe, the laughter, the fun, the stories. The flirtatious talking until late night, 3 a.m. Are you sleeping? Not yet. Not when I'm talking to you. Me too. I don't know what you do to me. What did my sleep? Imagine I always sleep so late. Mom even calls me the sleepy one. What is it to you? So you sink there, sink into that space of, But occasionally the person tells you they don't believe in love. But there's all these games you think you can make them fall.
Or maybe they say they don't believe in weddings.
They can pick something that is ambiguous.
Yeah, okay.
So sometimes people are disappearing because you have started taking them to a place they don't want. The journey of life, again we said, romance and love are on the one hand, but now commitment and life are on the other hand.
Okay.
The icing, the sweet part is romance. It's poetry.
Love it.
That part is, oh my God.
That's the good part.
That part we all wanted.
Yes.
So many people will be happy. And I told brothers to be careful. Many ladies enjoy that. I mean, they're structured for that.
It's like free therapy.
And imagine, now you get the language? It improves your self-esteem.
Yes.
To be told there is nobody above you. You're just on a class of your own. On the day that you are created, nothing else was happening. God had just taken his time.
Yesterday the boss told me something mean. And then somebody's texting me in the morning, good morning, princess. And I want that. That attention is so flattering. Takes a lot of... It must be a woman who's in a different season, because sometimes it's not a different kind of a person, it's a different season. Yes.
When they're married, committed, they will tell you early that they're in another thing. But these single ladies, beautiful ones, glowing out here, and then you crash on them and you find a way to find their number and navigate your way of going book someplace, and you can become a pastime. When she's bored, sometimes you're tired, grumpy, nothing is tasty, and then there's somebody, oh my queen, when I woke up today, I just thought I could exist the same season as you, and in being in a generation where you are for me, nothing else counts, and you are just bored. You are just actually bloodless. Why would you not write the poetry? Nah, you stop it. I know, but I know many people have told you, but let me take this chance. As the true son of the soil, the first of that name. So, he can take you on a pedestal.
Yes.
It's like a custom-made music. You know, like music made specifically for you. Custom-made music. Okay, so far I don't have a lot of songs sung in my name, but I'm just rich imagining a person is composing poems in your name. And brothers are guilty of it. I once composed that for Form 4. Let me tell you something. I've told brothers to stop mistaking adolescents for women. Adolescents are just trying to learn life. Women 24, 23, 22, 20, and all that group, they can requite your affections when they don't even know what the world is. And they can flow with it for a while, but soon they get stressed and doubtful and confused. But again, a woman can still be single, mature, but because you don't come direct, you're not conversing more forward to see where she is, whether she also likes you. You're not doing your praising and your flirting in a measured way. You pour your all. The worst part about a brother vibing a lady is that everything you say, you have to feel it. For her to feel it, you have to feel it. You have to mean it for her to feel it.
Yes.
So it's coming from a place that is also building up. So she gains all this importance in your head. And yet she enjoys the joy when she's not ready for the journey of love. The journey of life. Commitment. Long term. Commitment is about sacrificing everything else for this one.
Yeah.
That is the painful part. Remember, the freedom of flirting with many people, for men, having to sleep with this one, sleep with that one, can become a sex tourism of sort.
Did you just say tourism?
Some people can become addictive. And ladies can get used to vibes of different guys, you know. And they find you unique and you feel flattered. And she said, imagine you're the first church guy to find you are so romantic.
Well.
And she could be true, but how many other guys? And who told you are the last?
Yeah.
So being first is not a very promising thing.
Yeah.
You're in a queue.
It could be first out of 100.
So the thing here is to say sometimes people are ghosting you because they're not ready for love yet, for life yet, for commitment yet. But this sweet thing, just teasing, spending time, and you can spend a lot of time talking. You can spend a lot of time enjoying each other, taking each other places, and accompanying each other on company trips, and preferring each other on teams. And and when the CEO lands, when you are together, you work a lot. Why would they not put you together?
Yes.
We have observed that Geoffrey and Lily make a very perfect team. So you guys had that team, and I know, let's compete. Then they put other two ladies here, other together. But where there is this Geoffrey and this Lily, it is always like this.
Yeah.
The chemistry is perfect.
Yeah.
The team leader wants the results. Do they care?
They don't care. They don't care.
So you guys are trying to change how to be when you are a team. And so you're working around the clock, at home, at the hotel, every place. You're working, researching, you deliver, and you're complimented and given the best team. So sometimes what you are enjoying is that vibe between you, not the long term. And the second and last I want to discuss today is sometimes people are ghosting because they have not slain their dragons yet.
Okay.
Lily, you will not take the journey of love, the journey of intimacy, intimacy, opening yourself to another, the journey of being so vulnerable and open and true and saying what you feel and listening to what I feel and pouring to me, pouring to you, committing to you, looking after, watching your back, you watch mine. That rhythm, that requires you to have made peace with your dad, with your mom, with all the past offenses, the pains you went through. In Africa, we were disadvantaged. One reason we are poor is not because, I believe strongly, it's because individually we have been traumatized and we did not value healing. We called it craziness. We stigmatized psychological hospitals. Yeah. We even use them to diss people. Yet that's where we needed to get our healing. Yeah. How many of our fathers were drinking alcohol because they were so disturbed inside? And you think I just have an alcoholic dad?
Yeah.
Did you study where he came from? He came from a very traumatic childhood. So he still feels a lot of void and questioning who he is, and he's trying to drown away all that noise. What if he just had a conversation with a therapist or that psychological space? It's not always a psychologist. Sometimes just a person who understands how to make you forgive, release, for close that chapter, accept your reality, see what you can do and the capabilities you have, the opportunities in front of you. You can create a different life. You can think. There was no time to think. It was a grind. Work, do this, work, baada ya kazi, alcohol, after work, alcohol. So, in that merry-go-round, at what place do you pause to plan a life, connect to your partner, they just meet at home, their children, you always a group?
Yeah.
Never two of you. They could not even call each other sweetheart or sweet name. It was the father to so-and-so, father to so, mother to so-and-so. So it was Baba, Mama. So,
Or where?
You know?
Yeah.
It's to say, sometimes the person has not healed, and the healing is painful because it involves paling, and they're not ready for that, and they realize if they say, I love you too, I commit to you, oh, the fears of I'm not good enough, I was called silly, I was told I'm so stupid, I'm so ugly, my mother could not even believe, she preferred that daughter, and she told me I'm not amount to anything, I can't even maintain marriage, I can't even, I'm even cursed, all that.
Yes.
Bubbles. And you vamoose.
Yeah.
Not because of me, but because the dragons you're buried instead of getting rid of.
Okay.
Yes.
Are there, if I've been ghosted very many times, can that be a sign that something might be wrong with me and I need to introspect more carefully?
If you think that people are telling you the same feedback as they leave, and the feedback is problematic, if they're telling you you're unrealistic, just because you refuse to sleep with them, just because you refuse to lend them money, just because you're not doing what other people are doing, is because you're actually right. We're in a rotten society.
Okay.
And those who are sober will be called crazy.
Okay. Okay.
There's a book called How to Be Sober in a Crazy World. So when you're sober, the world is so crazy, rotten, no values, no. When you get there, you'll be left because of your values.
Yeah.
But if they are leaving after saying you have a bad temper, if they're leaving after saying you have not really forgiven your dad for walking out on your mom, there's another group we shall discuss in another show. People who are traumatized in a parentally functioning home, perfectly from outside. And one of those is when one of the parents was tolerating abuse and neglect until you don't know at what point you should stand up for yourself. You grew up so confused, you can even you don't know where the measure is. So you tolerate anything. Or you become hyper vigilant and reactive. But your parents were married all along. Some marriages are dead. The partnership had died, but the marriage as a structure remained because nobody had the courage to pull the plug.
Yeah.
And they say, just wait, the man will come back. So he goes philandering so many. When he grows old, and when you stop sinning because you can't sin anymore, you have not forsaken sin, you've been forsaken by sin. So after he has been forsaken, he comes and they say, finally I won, he came back.
You didn't win.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So the philosophy of that woman is stick it out. So if you are a child in that home, that's why you see in family 5 children, none of them is married. They keep trying, divorcing. It's the software they're operating with that is broken. We're not blaming parents on everything, but you say if you see a striking pattern that all the children marry wrong, all the children avoid, all the children, most likely if the class all of it fails, is the lecturer who is failing now. It's not the students.
Yeah. Okay.
The teacher. If the students fail, all of them, is the teacher who failed. Is that students do a test of life, test of marriage. It's also indicating something about the teacher. If some succeed, others don't make it, we can say it. Maybe their personal variances and all they. But if there's a striking pattern, like one time we did a law exam and 90%, we're not given a fail, but we're given other things almost similar. So we also decided to grade the lecturer.
Oh.
When we were given review, we decided to give him the same.
Yes.
So that it's an equalizer. So
correct. I fully agree.
So sometimes you said, how can we pass all other units? And this is not inspiration. And all of us D's. You also are D. So
I mean, I agree. That is
so
true.
many times the family is operating on broken software.
Yeah.
When all the children are broken.
Okay.
Yes.
The last one would be, maybe there's a lady or a gentleman out there in the pre-25 thing you talk about So pre-25, your emotions are very raw and
Correct.
untrained.
Correct.
And if you fall in love and then you're ghosted at that time, you can really sink into depression and also a phase of, texting this person, they blocked you. So you're trying to go through, inbox them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You're going crazy. You're trying to reach this person. How do you control that post-ghosting feeling?
Yes, the love of people under 25 is obsessive. It's not normal connection. It's an obsession because it engulfs. Their identity has not arrived. So anytime they open themselves to cocaine, alcohol, or love, they get swallowed. Remember that. It's the same process. It's the same process. A person is already popping cocaine, galloping alcohol, anything, and you're 24, you're operating the amygdala, the emotional brain.
Yes.
And that emotional brain gets absorbed and you get carried away. This phenomenon can also happen later in life if you're not developed and self-aware enough. Remember that.
Yes.
There's biological process and there's a personal psychological process. You yourself should be gym of self-awareness, gym of saying no, gym of controlling your feelings. You can be 90 and still very immature. Those who keep asking, but I have seen 50. We are saying there's another work you have to do yourself, even past after the age. So we are saying that craving, that madness and restlessness, wanting to run after the person who has left. The slogan you say loosely is that when people ghost you, you should respect the dead and let them rest in peace. Okay? A loose way of.
We will remember that.
So we said the moment they're disappearing, the reason they're disappearing is not worth knowing.
Okay.
Yes. If they're polite enough to tell you, thank you. But some will hold it just to keep you running after them. I'm breaking up, but I'm not telling you the reason. I'm not ready to discuss it now. So you start running after them. If they're not polite enough to give you a review, sometimes people don't buy from you. They don't say why. So you don't run after them either. If they're not buying into a life with you, they're not saying the review, leave them alone. The reason is not worth knowing, and the person is no longer worth having, because even after they come, the insecurity that they can just walk away will keep you afraid and walking on eggshells and overcompensating and thinking everything depends on you and not speaking your mind, not asking for what you need, not upping your standards.
Yeah.
If you ever break up during dating, never patch up.
That's the heaviest thing I've ever heard you say.
If you ever break up during dating, never patch up. It will haunt you all the way. You can patch up a marriage. You don't patch up a dating. If they have started going out before you started the real thing, you've started, it means that you are very incompatible, one of you is very undecided, or the dynamic is just unstable.
I like that.
The dynamic could just be unstable.
You could be two good people in good seasons of your
Yes.
life, but the whole dynamic.
Exactly.
does not-
Especially when it is community sponsored. Your bishop saw, and the wife also knew Lily from the other end, and my son, my daughter, and you are made to interact around activities, and something crops up, something warmth, because you're hungry, I'm hungry, and we are shining stars in that community. We are shining. We are graduates with jobs and community past youth. But a nagging doubt that doesn't go.
Yeah.
You don't feel, especially you ladies, you don't feel him that way.
But can I say something? Every time we say that, I think the same can also apply to men. From my experience, sometimes I find that men also have that thing. I don't know if that consoles you in any way.
No, you see, a man to perform sexually, something must change physically. For you ladies, it's not a must. So on our end, we have a litmus test. You ladies don't have a litmus test, so we win.
Sawa mwalimu. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been an
Mazega.
awesome show. Make sure you sign up for the June 10th, 2023 Healing and Unveiling Your Best Self Conference so that we can see each other face to face. It's going to be awesome. Sign up, book your ticket through the WhatsApp number on your screen. See you there. Thank you for watching. Bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Months. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.